Another early start on our last day in Kyoto. We took a bus to the Higashiyama District and hiked the short but steep walk to the Kiyomizu-dera Temple. This UNESCO World Heritage Site gets very busy, so the advice is to arrive early to beat the crowds. We arrived around 9 a.m. and there were already several tour groups in the area. Entrance is 400 yen per person, or about €3. The Buddhist temple, founded in 778, is situated high up on Kyoto's eastern hills and is known for the beautiful wood scaffolding supporting the main building. The grounds are extensive, dotted with different buildings and split over 2 levels. The upper level wraps around the hillside and includes the main hall and Jishu Shrine, among other buildings. Jishu Shrine is dedicated to the deity of love and matchmaking. So if you need some help finding that perfect match, maybe go for a visit. The lower level wraps down at the bottom of the hill below the upper level. Here you can find several small gardens with stone statues as well as the Otowa waterfall. The waterfall is split into 3 different streams that visitors can use cups on long poles to drink from. Each stream is said to grant you different benefits, but don't be greedy and drink from all 3. Which would you pick? Longevity? Academic success? A boost for your love life? Let us know in the comments below. After leaving the temple, we walked back through the Higashiyama District. This district is a historically and culturally significant area, known for its traditional architecture, narrow streets, and beautiful temples. The area is lined with wooden houses and storefronts that have been preserved for centuries. Walking through the streets of Higashiyama is like stepping back in time, and offers a unique glimpse into Japan's history and culture. As we were leaving the temple, the shops that were closed earlier were starting to open up, and the streets were starting to get crowded. We took a right onto Ninenzaka, one of the most iconic streets in Kyoto. It's on this street you will find a very special Starbucks. This Starbucks is inside a traditional Japanese house. The seating areas are split into various rooms on both levels. Many of the rooms have tatami mat flooring and low tables with floor seating. This restaurant gets very busy, and they ask that you secure a place to sit before you can order your coffee and food to eat in. We were lucky that after a brief wait, we were able to find a place where we could enjoy our coffee. What a super cool experience. Next on our itinerary was the Kodaiji Temple. We had a little bit of trouble locating the temple at first and found ourselves at the temple next door, Ryozen Kannon. A fortunate mistake for sure. Entrance to Ryozen Kannon costs 300 yen per person and includes a stick of incense, which you can place in the offering pot in front of the temple. The temple is dedicated to the Bodhisattva Kannon, who is revered in Japanese Buddhism as a deity of compassion and mercy. The 24-meter-tall statue of Kannon was built in 1955 as a memorial to World War II. It's a memorial tablet. Then there's stuff around.
Okay. Statues of Buddha. A lot of Buddha statues.
To the right of and slightly behind the building with the statue is a smaller structure containing a memorial to the world's unknown soldier killed in World War II. This was a particularly somber space dedicated to the dead and missing soldiers from the war. Among the items in the memorial were jars of soil from military cemeteries all over the world. In the making of this video, we read that you can actually take a set of stairs up into the statue itself, where they have several shrines to the zodiacs. We're not sure if it was closed when we were visiting or if we just missed it. In any case, be sure to keep a lookout for it if you visit. Across the parking lot from the Ryozen Kannon, you will find the Kodaiji Temple. In front of the main entrance, we learn that some of the rituals to earn merit or karmic virtue, such as touching various statues with your right hand, or to help with an ailment on your body, you can touch this ox statue with your right hand or both hands in the corresponding place. Where's your little knee, buddy? I'm gonna go knee hip area. We even took a walk around this shrine, spinning the prayer wheels to earn some extra merit. This temple was established in 1606 in memory of Toyotomi Hideyoshi by his wife Nene. Hideyoshi was a Japanese samurai and daimyo of the late Sengoku period. Hideyoshi was regarded as the second great unifier of Japan. Entrance to the temple is 600 yen per person, about 4 euros. The temple grounds aren't massive, but they are quite beautiful. You walk through the main worship hall and come out into the temple gardens. The covered bridges lead up to the mausoleum where Hideyoshi and Nene are interred. There are also tea houses where you can grab a cup of matcha for an extra charge before you exit. Your entrance ticket also grants you admission to the Kodaiji Show Museum, a short walk away. This small museum, where photos aren't allowed, contains several historical items such as samurai armor, tapestries, and pieces of Kodaiji maki, black and gold lacquer artwork. Our last stop and temple of the morning was Kennin-ji Temple. This was a short walk from Kodaiji and on the border of the Heian District. This unassuming temple holds some of the most impressive artwork we saw in Kyoto. Entrance to Kennin-ji is 600 yen per person, or about 4 euros. This Zen Buddhist temple, founded in 1202, is the oldest Zen temple in Kyoto. As soon as you enter, you remove your shoes. When you first enter, they have a display set up for the artwork, The Wind and Thunder Gods. These are hand-painted screens by artist Tawaraya Satatsu, depicting Fu Yin and Ryan. Take the time to sit and take in these incredible works of art. Most of your time is spent inside the temple observing the artwork in the various rooms. When you move between buildings, you cross by covered walkways from where you can observe various small gravel and moss gardens tucked between the structures. At the far end of the grounds, you will see a large gravel garden called the Garden of the Sound of Tide, where people like to sit and reflect. From here, you will pick up some slippers for the walk over to the main worship hall. As you can see, the slippers are a bit slippery.
You don't call them slippers for nothing.
When you step inside, look up to see the artwork, Twin Dragon Ceiling. This massive mural was commissioned in 2002 to celebrate the 800th anniversary of the temple. It took Koizumi Junsaku nearly 2 years to complete. Absolutely stunning. All the temple hopping left us pretty hungry. Our first plan was to try to find something in the Gion area. However, when we walked through, almost everything was still closed. We walked around a bit more before stumbling across this hidden gem in an alleyway. Yellow Spice Curry is a tiny little restaurant that has, at max, space for 8 people. We sat at the counter and enjoyed a truly fantastic meal. 3 different types of curry and an assortment of different pickled vegetables. It was absolutely delicious, but make sure you have cash on hand as it's cash only. After lunch, we wandered through Maruyama Park. This park is known for its cherry blossom trees. Unfortunately, we visited just a week or two too early and very little was in bloom. We still had a lovely walk through the park and even met a new Japanese friend. About something.
Excuse me, where are you from?
We're from the Netherlands.
Huh?
Netherlands?
Another one.
Europe.
Europe.
Yeah.
Japan Kyoto first time.
Yeah.
Oh, my language is Japanese only. English a little.
Yeah.
Welcome to Japan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome to Kyoto.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Thank you so
Arigato
much.
gozaimasu.
English.
Yeah.
good.
Arigato.
Yes.
Yeah. We made a quick stop at Heian Shrine. We just did a quick walk through the free public areas. However, you can also pay to enter the gardens. This might be worth a visit when the trees and flowers are in bloom. The Philosopher's Path is a 2-kilometer-long stone pathway that follows a canal in northwest Kyoto from Nanzenji to Ginkakuji, the Silver Pavilion. The path gets its name from a famous Japanese philosopher, Nishida Kataro, who used the path to meditate while commuting to Kyoto University. In the spring, this path is fully in bloom with cherry blossoms. For us, it was a very pleasant walk along the canal through the neighborhoods. You'll find various cafes and shops along the way where you can stop for a snack or do a bit of shopping. Our last stop in Kyoto is actually one of the first ones Tori planned for our trip, the Samurai and Ninja Museum. Basic admission to the museum is 3,000 yen, or about 20 euros. It's a guided experience that consists of 3 parts. First, you will gather with your guide to learn about the history of samurai and ninjas in Japan. They'll explain the armor, weapons, and culture of these awesome warriors. They have real swords and armor sets on display that you can examine up close. Following the history lesson, you'll go upstairs where you'll engage in 2 different activities. First, we learned how to throw ninja stars. They give you a hard rubber throwing star and teach you a couple different ways to throw them. You then take part in a small competition which Tori obviously dominated.
3, 2, 1.
Lastly, you get to dress up in replica samurai armor and have photos taken. This was a lot of fun, and Tori really didn't want to take the armor off afterwards. That does it for our whirlwind 3 days in Kyoto. We had an amazing time in this city and could have easily spent several more days here. Join us next time as we head to Hiroshima with a stopover at Himeji Castle. You won't want to miss that. See you there.
Thanks for watching.
Remember to like and subscribe as it really helps us build the channel. Until next time.
Bye.